Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Not Another Mom podcast. It's time to take that mom hat off because this is after hours and I'm making you off the clock. This podcast is here to help you know your worth because damn girl, you're a goddess who deserves to live the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Lesley Sprague, and we talk everything from manifesting to motherhood. Yes, those little monkeys will still creep in here or there. Spirituality to girl talk with your besties, and from business to finding that balance in life. I'm here to remind you that you are worth it. Life gets to be easy for you, and your dreams really can come true. So grab your favorite glass of wine, craft beer, or if you're a whiskey and diet kind of girl, grab that and let's get this show on the road. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Not Just Another Mom podcast. I am your host, Lesley, and I am so grateful that you are here with me this week. Okay, I'm being called to talk to you guys about cords, cutting cords, what they mean. So one of the things, the easiest way I think to explain cords is it is an attachment to something or someone. So think of when like a baby is in utero and when you come out of the womb, your parents cut the cord, but there is still this energetic connection, especially to your mother, because that's literally where your cord was connected. There is still this energetic attachment to your parents, and it's almost like an umbilical cord, so to speak. So whenever I am focusing on cords and things like that within myself, that's kind of what I visualize. Now, I don't actually visualize a umbilical cord, but you kind of get the idea and kind of, or like a bungee cord, if you want to think of it. So that is what cords are. Cords are an energetic connection to something or someone. And I say something because it could be a specific situation that has tied you back in time. Some of the things, one of the most dominant cords that I discovered on myself was a connection to a past life. So cords can come with you through lifetimes, and depending on if you are finished learning a lesson or not, they can come with you over and over again. This particular cord that I just like found on myself was the cord that connected me back to, I think it was roughly the 1800s. I don't particularly have a exact time or exact year, but it was back to when I was burned at the stakes for being a witch. And that energetic impact carried with me through my lifetimes and was still affecting me today because I was scared to step into my light and my power. And because I was burned at the stake way back then, because it translated that when you step into your light and your power, you're going to get burned at the stake. So I was hesitant and fearful at stepping into my light and power. So that's sort of an example of what cords are. They can have, you can have a cord to a past relationship. If you had a toxic relationship and you're still carrying that energy forward, sort of unconsciously expecting those patterns to show up in your new partner. It can also be from a past trauma or a past event or things like that. Now, how do you discover those chords? That is the next question on your mind. I can tell. That just becomes getting in tune with yourself and your body. Sometimes I can close my eyes and just do a quick body scan. Sometimes they feel like a knife in the back, and they're holding me stuck. And I can just feel like the cord going backwards. Usually I notice them for me in my back or in the back side of me. Maternal sort of cords come from the front. So anything relating to your parents or to your children will definitely come from the belly button area, because that is a more natural space. That's where literally our cords come from. So it just comes with that strength and the building of that. That's how you begin to discover the cords. Another way of discovering your cords is by going to see someone, and like an energetic practitioner like myself, for example. You can discover cords in that way as well while you're doing other energetic practices and releases. So that is one way to discover them. If you are highly intuitive and notice these cords on yourself, the way that I love to release these cords or cut them, as they say, is I invite my clients to picture weapon is really the easiest way to use. I don't like the word a weapon because it always has like a negative sort of connotation, but it could be, I always love to infuse like gold or diamond white light or anything like that into my sessions. So, it could be a golden pair of scissors, or maybe it is this most magnificent sword, or an axe. It can be, I've even seen people use like a trident, like what you would see on The Little Mermaid, like her dad's trident thing. You can use something like that. I always encourage my clients to use their intuition and whatever is coming up for them. And sometimes the cord is really big. I don't know why. I just got like a butter knife picture in my head. So, maybe some clients have used butter knives before as well. And like, you really have to like sit there and saw through it. And then I just have them envisioning cutting the cord. Sometimes the cord is really thick and it feels like a butter knife, and you have to like saw through to fully release it. And just trust that no matter what you're doing the right thing. And sometimes it's as amazing as like taking a giant sword and slicing through it. One of the things that I always do at the end of a cord cutting session is I seal each end of the cord with love. So when you seal it with love and light, it's preventing the cord from coming back. And whenever I quote unquote seal it, I'm literally picturing like those old fashioned wax seals that you have or that you get. And like, that's what I'm kind of picturing when I see it. So it might be different for you, and that's okay. Yeah, so that is cord cutting. I would love to hear from you guys what the cord cutting, like do you have any cord cutting stories? Tell me, send me a DM on Instagram. I would love to hear. Maybe there's been some like crazy story similar to like my burning at the stake story where you released a cord that way. Or tell me how you discover chords and release them. I would love to hear. I always love hearing how people do things differently for themselves. And yeah, as I don't want to say side note, but I do, because that's the word that's coming to my head. My Black Friday sale that I talked to you guys about last week on energetic alignments is being extended until the end of the year. So you can get your energetic alignments where we will cut your cords and release those tensions. Oh, hold on. I'm spiraling again in a good way. So what I picture cords doing for you is as you are walking along your path in life, as you are walking along your path, there's this cord that is preventing you from going at a different pace or going faster, if that makes sense. So imagining I've seen athletes do this in certain videos where they have a bungee cord wrapped around their waist and they sprint forward, and then they have to like go against the pull of the bungee cord so that it doesn't slingshot them back as they're working their muscles. So that's kind of exactly what a cord does to you in your life. And if you have a whole bunch of cords connecting you and keeping you stuck where you are, it's no wonder you can't manifest your desires that you're working at, because your cord is constantly pulling you back. Or maybe it's so thick that you can't even take steps forward into your next desires. So this is the importance of clearing your cords, cutting your cords, and really keeping your energy clean, because as we repair these things and go forward in our journey, it is a much easier space to do it from when we are clean and, I guess, pure in a sense, and clear as to where we want to go. So yeah, that's my little rant from the spiral. So energetic alignments are still on sale for the entire month of December. And as a bonus special treat, on Wednesdays on Instagram Live, I am going to be doing a portal activation live free. So these are going to become my signature, like one of my programs eventually. So if you want to get in on these for free, you're going to want to catch them while you can, because they will become a paid product of mine shortly. So portal activations, where we are working on specific programming within ourselves, and we are changing the way we're rewriting our story. We're going into our subconscious and we are rewriting our programs that are playing in the background. So you're going to want to check it out. And I think that's all I have for today, but thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to chat with you again next week. Thank you so much for listening. If you love this episode, will you do me a favor and help spread the love? Go ahead and leave a 5-star review and share this episode on your Insta stories. If we aren't yet connected on Instagram, come follow me at Lesley & Co XO. And since everybody spells my name wrong, that's Lesley & Co XO. And leave me a line and say hi. Have an amazing day, beautiful, and we'll catch you next week.